Hey guys, so you are getting me in my pajama makeup free. Whoa, I just will not look at the screen. Self today because I thought it was better for me to be consistent and come back in and make a video rather than actually look good. Because this was a little bit of the continuation on the bare my soul thing. So, uh, updates. So I was right about that Sunday being the bottom, because last week I actually did do better. A couple of things. I managed to work out a little bit more than just at the weekend. I think I worked out 3 of the days. And as you can see, I don't remember. So, and I'll talk about how I'm going to help that in just a second. And I also mostly had good days with food. And I say mostly because I did have one day that was not so great, and reminded myself for the bajillionth time that I am now officially lactose intolerant. Has anybody else out there had this phenomena start post surgery? So milk gives me a stomach ache now, full on. So does yogurt and kind of creamy cream and stuff like that. But cheese, I can eat, but I'm just not pleasant the next day, and it just does a thing to my stomach. So I generally try not to eat it. I'd actually say I am almost, probably about 70% of the time vegan. I do still eat eggs, and I still have some seafood, but I really have gone off meat, chicken, black meat, black. It's weird. Um, although if somebody put a steak in front of me, I would eat it. I just have no appetite for it, and so have kind of said, well, you know what? If you're not hungry for something, or you don't have an appetite for it, then don't eat it. Now that also doesn't work on that. If you have an appetite for something, aka chocolate, eat it. I'm actually trying to stay away from that. But anyway, I'd say of the 7-day week last week, I was good for 4, which, considering the last couple of months, is actually pretty good. I also, as it was absolutely stunningly beautiful here this weekend, I look very blue. Sorry, random. Had some really good time to think. I went for a very long hike up in the hills around here, and really thought about what's working and not working with food, because it really is 80% about what you stick in your mouth is about weight loss. And what's tough about weight loss surgery is you remember those days when you were on the shakes and the month that you were on those shakes, and then the month after that when you could only eat like yogurt, and although I can't eat that anymore, but that's irrelevant, but like soft proteins. And I remember how much weight just fell off. Fell off because, seriously, even if you were drinking those nasty shakes, it was like 800 calories maybe a day, and that was when you were really drinking them. At the beginning, shoot, I remember you just could barely eat a thing. And you think, okay, I could do this for 21 days. I could just do the shake thing. And coming back to that hard place thing again, like the motivation of you could kill yourself if you eat food, is just not there. Which is quite the motivator. Plus, you just don't feel good to eat anything substantial. Certainly by the end of it, you want to chew, but early on, it's just not that hard. And now, because you can chew and everything's there and you're actually having to make the decision, you can't do it. But what also then happens is you have that, oh, I will be perfect syndrome, which then leads to disaster. So I'm trying to remember pre-surgery how I was successful at weight loss, and it was when I allowed myself to be a little imperfect. It just took longer, which is so frustrating because this is such a long process. And I'm going back down the path I've been down. I have lost how many times I've been down this path. But anyway, I also know I self-sabotage really hard if I try to be super, super, super good. But, sorry, light went out there for a second. Um, so anyway, have tried to just be better about it. So this week, as I mentioned, I've given myself a bit of a tool to remember what I've done. Is I bought a giant um, blank calendar, dry erase calendar from the office supply store, and some dry erase markers. And I put that day's date. I did not wait for Monday to start this on the wall, and I'm writing what I'm doing in exercise every day, how I feel about my food um, intake for the day, and my weight, which I know I said I wouldn't stand on the scale, but I've changed my mind. I'm a girl. It's allowed. Excuse me. I have the hiccups, which I still get because I just ate too many eggs and what have you for dinner. Um, so anyway, we're going to see how this week goes. It'll be interesting because I'm also supposed to go to, sorry if this is going to make you hate me for a second, I have to go to Hawaii. Yes, I did say the word. I have to go to Hawaii. I have to go to Hawaii at the end of this week. That's a whole story for a different day. I won't even go into it why I have to go to Hawaii. But I am not going to feel awfully motivated to be a hardcore fitness girl, and there's things like shave ice. But I need to do it because A, I have the race coming up, and B, I've committed to doing this. So I'm going to keep plugging. And hopefully I will be updating from the shores of Hawaii next week. Anyway, I wanted to just kind of check in with everybody to, I guess, prove to my own self that I can keep plugging on and doing this. There's something a bit raw about these videos, which is why you're also getting me makeup, hair all over the place. Oh, Botox. These are first world problems, people. First world problems. Uh, it could be way worse. So I am going to get over myself and try not to have a first world problem here. All right, so that didn't mean to be a whole vent about that. But anyway, I hope you are all doing well and on your own individual and personal journey. And for all of you guys who sent me notes last week, I really appreciate it. I read all of them and stomped around about all of them. And I will talk to you again next week. Take care.